Welcome to the series. This is the second of the series, the first one being square breathing. This one's for December. Just wanted to say thank you so much for all the participation. It was amazing to see all the responses. So before getting started on the tip, I'd just like to share the reason behind doing these series. The first reason is to let you know that you're not alone in your mental health challenges. We all go through them and it's normal. The second one, to be able to share resources, support, and these practical tips to help you in that journey and to help you along the way. Before getting started, I'd also like to mention one more thing. So the reason we have this series and sharing different practical tips along the way is to be able to give you an opportunity to try out a wide range of different tips, because some may work for you and some may not work for you. Understanding the difference is really important, and being able to bookmark the ones that work for you to use in different stressful situations as well. So let's get started with this one. So let's get started with this month's technique. The 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Many of you may have heard it before. So this works by being able to break the cycle of those negative thoughts, things we're anxious for, or even stressors, being able to engage all your 5 senses and returning to the present moment. For me, understanding the science behind different techniques that I learn helps me understand, okay, how does this affect the brain and will it actually help me? So I'm going to share a bit of science behind it as well to help you and understand why it's important to try it out. So it helps with mood regulation scientifically through being able to influence the release of neurotransmitters and neurochemicals, which can help to make your brain react to stress differently. So when's the best time to try this out and how can it help me? So I talked about how can it help you, but the best times to try this out would typically be before a presentation or a meeting you're nervous for, if you're feeling the onset of a panic attack. Also, social gatherings can bring a lot of stress, especially in the holiday season, so you can use it then, or whenever you're just feeling out of control with your emotions. So let's try this out together in the next slide, and hopefully you enjoy doing it as well. Now that you know a bit about this grounding technique, first I'll be sharing each of the 5 steps and what you can do for each of them, and then after that we can all do it together. So the first step is 5 things that you can see. This can be like the door handle, teacher, projector, the computer, or any supplies you have. The next step is to be able to do 4 things that you can touch. This can be like your computer as well, backpack, clothing, different supplies, your textbook if you have, different things like that. Or if you want to start off simple, it can just be 4 fingers. The next step is to be able to do 3 things that you can hear. Being quiet and observing the different sounds around you. This can include raindrops outside, this video. It can also include if the projector is making any sound, different things like that. The next step after that is 2 things that you can smell. And this can be if you smell like someone's lunch, or even if you smell like the leaves from outside. And the last one is 1 thing that you can taste. Anything that you can taste in your mouth. It can be gum if you have it, or things like that. So why don't we all do it together? Before getting started, I just want to remind you that this is a grounding technique, so it should be done pretty slowly. So make sure to take a couple seconds to do each of the exercises throughout. So let's get started with the first one. I'll give you a couple seconds to do it, and then we can continue. So 5 things that you can see. Get started. I got mine, hopefully you got yours as well. Continuing on to the next one. 4 things that you can touch. I'm going to be slowly going through each of my fingers. You could have touched different supplies or your fingers as well. The next step is 3 things that you can hear. I can hear my voice right now, I can hear the raindrops outside, and also I can hear different computer noises coming from my computer as well. Hopefully you got yours as well. The next one is 2 things that you can smell. I got mine, hopefully you got yours as well. I can smell the leaves from outside and also the candle in my room. Lastly, 1 thing that you can taste. This one's a bit trickier for me. Sometimes I'm not able to do it, so I move on, or sometimes if I'm able to do it, I use it. So depending on what you got, you can implement that as well. So this is the technique. Hopefully you got a bit of a better understanding of the overall technique. You can do it anytime, and this image, you can take a picture or you can find it afterwards in your email as well. Thank you so much for listening to this technique. Let's get to the next slide. So I hope that technique worked for you, and make sure if it worked for you to bookmark it, and if it didn't, if you want, you can try it again as well. So next is the reflection form. Similar to the last one, there's this QR code you can scan, or you can type up this URL. Also, the link should be in your school email address, so check that. How it works is the form will have a couple questions that you can answer about how this helped you, or if it didn't help you, and different things like that. Once you submit it, you're in a chance to win one of the 30 free fidget spinners. So be sure to submit that form by the end of the day today. And also, I'm really excited to see you in January with the next practical technique, and hope you have an awesome winter break. Thank you so much for listening.